Welcome in everybody to Loftside Banter. First and foremost, I just want to say happy Memorial Day to everybody and hope everybody's had a good Memorial Day weekend. On today's show, we get back into our coffee conversations with Dan, Chad, and Jack. We go over quite a bit of different things. A lot of our first world problems that we have. What's a minor inconvenience for us every day? Again, probably not a big deal. We go into our streaming preferences, whether we still have cable. We talk about hoarding gift cards and how much of a racket gift cards are for any business. And then we kind of have that big sports superstar debate. What makes a superstar? Are there a lot of them? And everything else like that. So that's kind of all the stuff that we get into today. And of course, as I always mention with these shows, is we never stay on topic and we're pretty much just making fun of each other the entire time, which is generally how we speak to each other anyway. So we'll kick it over to the countdown and then we'll be back for the episode. Please take the time to visit www.loftsidebanter.com. Again, that's Loftside, BANTR.com. Loftsidebanter@gmail.com is the email address. And then from there, there's merch shops, all the different social medias you can use to find our content and be able to listen to the episodes. So again, please take the time to visit those. That's www.loftsidebanter.com. And as I said before, I'm going to kick it over to myself and the guys.
We are on in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello and welcome back to Loftside Banter. Today's episode is one that we've done before, and it's aptly named the Coffee Conversations because it's done in the morning. Now, whether that name sticks or not, that's what it is for right now, so you're just going to have to deal with it. We're back here with Sir Daniel. So, Daniel, how are you today?
Good. Check out our awesome logo. It's cool.
Yeah, check out the awesome logo. And then Chad is also here as well. Chad, welcome back.
Going on, everybody?
And we will have Jack on shortly. We'll see when he gets in here, but he will be. For right now, we kind of put together a little itinerary of different things to talk about. Now, we tend to get off of that quite a bit, which is fine. This is supposed to be kind of a natural conversation between all of us. But we don't have to stick to this if somebody has something that came up this week, last week, whatever, because we haven't done one of these for a little while. But one of the things that I felt this week is what kind of minor inconveniences ruin my days. And they're little tiny things, and it's where I get irrationally mad for things. So has anybody had any this week or any at all that have come up recently?
Yeah.
I got a couple. Sorry, it was a long pause.
Chad's just looking at
always,
Krispy Kreme.
Mine is, and Andy actually knows this because I was going to see him when this happened, but any like minor traffic at all. There could be one car going like 5 miles per hour under the speed limit, and I don't like to waste time in life, and I feel like driving anywhere is wasted time in life. So if it takes me an extra minute to get somewhere, it just ruins it for me. Traffic. And I don't mean gridlock. Gridlock ruins it for everybody, but for me, it's even.
Yeah,
like,
you mean there's a car in front of you and they're driving 2 miles above the speed limit and they're the only car on the road.
Right.
But
No,
you're
I'm
driving
not,
at a steady pace and you're like, come on.
Yeah,
man.
I'm not road rage guy. I'm not like do anything about it, but it's just like, oh man, come on.
You're doing this stereotypical thing. Like, would you look at this guy?
Right.
You're not mad, but it's
Throw
like,
your
come
hands
on.
up.
Look, would you look at this guy?
Maybe like if you drive by or they're making a turn, you just like look out the window like, really, was that what you were doing?
Oh.
And the person's
nice
like,
blinker, buddy.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, everybody knows I get so upset with traffic, especially with the commute I have every day. But the people that like stop to turn, the people that like you can't just flow through into the turn or anything. You have to stop. You had to stop, didn't you? Like that's the stuff.
Are you going to pay the ticket, Andy?
I already did pay the ticket for people that blew through red lights. Just so we're clear.
Hey, I paid
that. No, that's the thing, man. Like, all right, I'm making a left turn or whatever, or Or approaching. All right, here's a good one, and it involves traffic too. Approaching a green light and slowing down like way below the speed limit because it might turn yellow.
Yeah.
That one kills me too.
Jack, how's it going?
Living the dream. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Not a worry. Not a worry. We're just talking about any kind of minor inconveniences that ruin your whole day. And traffic was the first one that came up, which, again, as gridlock, as Dan said, gridlock traffic and everything else like that ruins it for everybody. But the one person that's just going the speed limit or just below it or above it, and you're like, all right, we just got to get moving here. So we've started with it. Do you have one from this week? I know, Chad, you had some. Don't worry, I'll get to you.
Oh, things piss me off. Don't you worry. I got how much time you got, buddy?
The one thing that bothers me is like you're going on the highway. Let's say you're 70, speed limit 65. Someone sees a cop, like now we got to go 55. That'll send me 0 to 1200 real quick.
Dude, you're ruining my day just talking right now. It's great.
Oh, it happens. I can't help it.
The time I'm giving to this podcast really just grinds my ass.
Listen,
No,
contracts
mine
are
is-
coming, all right? Contracts are coming.
So mine is when you go to get a coffee and I drink a large coffee and they only have medium straws. Pisses me right the fuck off. Oh, it pisses me off. I don't
Oh,
let you know. I'm not gonna say it
right.
ruins the day, but it's like you have 1 inch of straw and you're like, all right, cool. I'll just to suck
You're
on this
talking
thing.
Like my
You know?
ex.
You're talking yes. You're talking iced coffee, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I hate
Yeah, because a lot of people drink a hot coffee through a straw.
Well, a big straw travesty. Shut up, Jack. Is when they give you like the straw to like eat like a or drink like a thick milkshake, and you just can't get it through the straw. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
They
annoying.
give you. Yeah. I also don't like when I run out of my
other
soap.
straws. The paper straws, dude, that'll get me going.
Paper straws have always
Yeah.
been a grind my gear thing for
They're
me. Yeah.
fine. Come on.
Yeah, we went to Animal Kingdom once where straws are banned, and their paper straws pissed me off so bad
Oh, they would disintegrate immediately.
that I packed plastic straws for the trip.
Yeah.
I remember
Wait.
that.
All right. What pisses you off about the paper straws though? Because they don't bother.
Because they just your lips immediately stuck to it, and then you have about I don't know, 7
Get some
minutes to
saliva,
finish your
bro.
drink,
Get some saliva.
and then your straw's just this soaked piece
Drink.
of shit.
Yeah.
Drink less so you're not dehydrated.
I'm sure that they've gotten a little bit better with the technology of paper straws since then. But yeah, those
Yeah,
first
they have
ones.
cornstarch. They have corn syrup ones or starch ones. Those are a
Oh,
little
those are
better, but
the vegetable based ones or whatever the hell they are.
Yeah, these first
they're
ones
expensive.
just like you said,
People
you
are
had
cheap fucks.
you had 7 minutes, or else you had to just drink it out of the.
It was a limit, right?
Oh, it was terrible.
I'm gonna get one with my hot coffee today just to piss Jack off.
I like the lids now. Just the lid that has the little angle to it. Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
fine.
good.
with me, Yeah,
I'm good to like the Starbucks lids. Those are good.
you were mentioning another one, Chad. What were you saying?
Yeah, I really don't like when I run out of soap in the shower. Like I'm old, so I still use a bar of soap. But when I don't have that and I have to get out wet, walk 4 feet to the towel closet, I just don't want to get the floor wet. It's a pain in the balls.
So, do you not
You
know?
don't
Do you not notice when the
use
bar is getting low?
Yeah.
I use it until I need another one. Like I'm meant to have 1.5 bars of soap in preparation at all times. No, because then it's going to get all gummy in there and gross. You know how soap is? Bust my balls.
You're the one that sees it.
Isn't
Like
that the point
I'm
of
not
this whole conversation.
I'm not
Fair
saying
enough.
Yes, but ball busting.
I'm not saying like you have to do it when it's like halfway like used, but like I know how much soap of the bar of soap I have left, and I know in the next 2 or 3 times I'm gonna have to get another bar of soap. Are you afraid that
No.
they're gonna touch each other? Like I'm not.
Nope. Actually, I'm when I get down to the real nitty gritty, and I'm talking razor paper thin, I put it on top of the other one, stick to it, and then I start from there.
That's
When
nasty, bro.
that's nasty. It's soap.
Dude, you're drinking a $12 coffee, worried about a
I'm
$2
so
bar. So
deep about the weirdest thing.
when people stack the soap and then it's all different colors and you look like a friggin' jackass.
No, I don't. Wouldn't
You
do
get
it
in my
with different
shower,
color
Dan, I
soaps.
feel like you're ridiculing me right now.
I'll tell you.
Speaking of soap is at the location Chad and I are at. There's a barber convention.
A barber convention?
Yep.
Interesting.
Played yesterday, buddy.
Can I talk about something that happened to me last night you guys might find weird?
That's why we're here.
Well,
yeah.
actually, it's Andy's show.
Awesome. So I went to Shooters. Y'all know that. High class. I had to carry a young woman out of the bar and put her in
Was
my
it your
car.
wife?
It was not.
Okay.
Right?
You
And-
put her in your car?
Oh yeah. And I had
Front or
to
the
go
back?
back in
Like-
to get her husband. And I'm
Other
like,
questions. Front seat or back? Did you put her in the back seat?
he went right in the back. Right, go. Don't pass, go.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, but I had to go back in and get her husband and be like, dude, it's time to go. Like, what's wrong with
you didn't
society?
put her
A
in-
dude let another dude pick their
Alcohol's
mate
bad,
up.
man. It's people drink too much, man. People are
Did you
stupid.
put her in your car or her car?
in my car and drove him home because Uber will just cancel rides around here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Great ride home though.
Yeah, that.
Great.
I mean, it's the good
That's
Samaritan
weird, though,
thing
right?
to do. It's just that
Yeah,
is
you know
a
what?
very weird situation.
I
Yeah.
I
actually
want to
thought
know
about-
who messed up, me or the bar. Like, you're not supposed to be getting like that.
Why
Isn't
are
that
these
why you
friends?
go to
Wait,
a
hold
bar?
on. Are these friends of yours? In any way were you obligated to get involved?
Shut up.
All right. Oh,
I
okay.
I
know them
I'm
and
just-
no one was.
I'm curious.
I
That's all.
guess. The
I know
answer is
them and no one was
Jack-
doing anything to help the
and
situation.
Jack was having trouble staying in this lane.
Ugh.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, I was good. I was only like a drink in.
Nice.
Well, that's good, man. Good deed for the day.
I mean,
But
it's
actually, yeah, that's my plan. Yeah,
again, it's
you
a
got
good
me.
Samaritan thing to do. I understand the people being uneasy of seeing you pull somebody out of a bar to your car, but I mean, obviously, if her husband's there or whatever,
Gosh,
I have to
No,
listen.
wait.
I have to listen to these episodes all the way through just to make sure. So we just get it out now because I'm listening to it before I edit it.
The more we talk about this, the more I'm actually, Jack, I think you are a freak.
You guys want to go golfing in a little?
yeah, I know this good spot. It's nearby. Meet me.
Me too.
Beautiful course.
Like probably the best
Get
in New
bit
England.
by an
Are we all
alligator.
golfing on the 31st?
What's
I can.
31st?
I would just a Saturday.
I don't think you invited them, Andy. You invited me.
I invited Jack.
Yeah,
We got to work at your communication.
Oh, it's terrible.
I'm not here, and Christina won't let me have another weekend off of camp.
Okay, so Jack and Chad, are we going?
Yeah, where you want to go?
I don't know. We'll figure that out. I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I went to the driving
We can
range.
take care of that later. Yes, I'm in.
All right. Anyways, let's get to this show. What are the
Yeah.
topics? I love it. Let's go. I'm sorry I do this.
We
Well-
had already started.
Well,
Jack, we're like halfway through it.
yeah, we're done. Okay, see you guys later.
That was like the start topic, not the real topic.
That was one of the starting topics, but one of the minor inconveniences for me, and I know Sir Daniel over there will agree with me, is these streaming TV services, cable, everything else like that, because now I can't find anything that I want to watch. And that includes any sporting event. They're on 15 different networks here or there. I wanted to have the West Ham game playing while we were doing this. No clue where it's on. Nothing. Do you still... Are you guys all streaming? Do you still have cable? Anything like that?
I was a proponent of this because I was like, why the hell I'm talking 10 years ago now. Why the hell do I have to like pay all this money for like 700 stations and I literally watch 3 of them and it's mostly sports. So I was like, woo! And I got rid of our cable probably like 6 or 7 years ago. And I've been exclusively streaming since. But Jesus Christ. Like, now I got like streaming services like coming out the wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can't find anything. You're right. Like, it's like, oh crap. not
I feel
only
like
now do you have to worry about I'm gonna talk specifically about sports, but blackouts, like local blackouts or regional sports networks. Not only do you have to worry about that, you have to worry about where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Andy's right.
Yeah.
Do you guys? I know, Chad. You don't you stream.
I tried to
Only.
cut the cord a long time ago, and I tried to be really, really frugal about it. It became a real big pain, and eventually you wound up. I think you had the first on live TV streaming app that I ever used, Fubo or Fubo, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty user friendly. I liked it and seemed to be able to find what I wanted. I think you remember the Bruins were on at the time or something. But I currently use Hulu. I have no Hulu Live. I have no problems with it. It seems it works for what I need it for, and I don't watch a lot of TV. So
when I came up with this question, I thought, and Jack, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that you would be the only one that maybe still had a cable.
I wish I had cable, if you want the honest truth. I feel like when I turn my TV on, so like I have like a Samsung TV, so it comes with Samsung Live TV.
Yeah.
And there's X amount of channels on it, whatever. And ours is on like Forged in Fire. And I'll turn it on to that and just leave it. But I'm really just
is that the one
on
about swords?
in the background.
It's all the
Yeah, it's
blacksmith.
like swords and knives and stuff. There's a whole bunch of
It's
channels.
not the one I'm thinking of then.
But
I was thinking,
if you don't
Tough as
know
nails.
what you're gonna
Tough as
watch,
nails. That's the one I was thinking of.
no. Like if you don't know what you're gonna watch, it sucks. Like you and like your friend or your wife or someone sit down, you got to scroll through. Well, let's start on Netflix. There's nothing here. Okay, let's go to Amazon. Oh, there's nothing there. Let's go to Hulu, And then
I end up
you spend
spending
like
more time
45
scrolling.
minutes looking for a half-hour show. And I hate that. Like I just wish I could just like boop boop and like it quickly brought up the next channel. Now it's like, oh, loading next channel. And that's with like YouTube TV is my live streaming.
That's a good one. I had that one before. I've done, I started with PlayStation View back, when streaming was first becoming a thing. Then I had YouTube TV, and I'm talking specifically for the live stuff. And now I have Fubo. And I only have Fubo because it's the only one that carries our local sports Nessun package.
Yeah,
Really?
the whole
Does
thing with
Nessun have
Nessun's
their own
weird.
package?
All that's weird. All the Nessun stuff is like you and I talked about it, Dan, about Felger talking about it, and it you don't know where to find half of the stuff.
Funny.
Yeah,
he's funny on it.
You need to have Fubo to get Nessun, and then if you don't get TNT,
I can
and you
imagine
can't watch
that would be challenging. Like I don't necessarily, watch a lot of sports. If there's, a playoff game on or something like that, I will. So for me, it's not really bothersome, but I could definitely see if you were a sports fan, like I don't know how to navigate these waters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I kind of can't figure it out because for the TV broadcast for let's say NFL or whatever, like they make so much, probably more money on sports than anything else. Like it's billions upon like billions of dollars, and it's the most difficult thing on TV to access.
Yeah,
like it doesn't make any sense. If you want to see a specific game, it's tough.
I just what does the future hold though? Like, is it just going to nickel and dime all the way down to like, all right, you want to watch Thursday's night's episode of Chopped? That'll be $3 for this episode. And then you don't. You're not really watching like a whole station, just episode to episode.
I thought about that, and I think I figured it out. They're just going to keep doing it like this, like you said, Jack, down to like the nth degree until the consumers push back and just stop accessing it that way.
I feel like there's people, you either love it or hate it, but we just all deal with it. Like Verizon. Everyone hates Verizon, but everyone has Verizon. I mean, especially up by us.
Wait, why does everyone hate Verizon? I have Verizon. I like Verizon. Dan, whatever you're knocking on is wicked loud.
I dare you to call them because you need any sort of help with anything, or you have any issues with your bill. Dude, they have the worst customer service ever.
They've consistently been on the worst customer service ever.
Yeah, but
like I literally drove to a store one time to like there was like a new line of phone, and I was like, I'm thinking about getting this, and I drove there just to physically put it in my hand and be like, okay, I like the size of this phone. And that's when like cell phones like were getting like big. Like some of the new like Samsung ones are massive, and I don't like that.
Folds.
Like I need it to be big enough to use my hand, but not big enough. Like I'm not trying to replace my computer with it, you know.
And you don't want to be like trying to yank it out of your pocket and your pants are like ripping.
Yeah. But this woman, I was like, okay, you know what? I like this phone. Can I order it through you? And she's like, yeah, no problem. Like it started out nice. And then, dude, so I'm in the store. I'm buying 2 phones, a charging dock station, headphones, watch, like spending thousands of dollars now just going to look at a cell phone. And then she's like giving me this weird attitude. I was like, aren't you getting commission? And she's like, we don't really do that anymore. And I'm like, well, why are you even here then? She's like, we have to help old people with their phones. And I was like, all right, like, yeah, I'll cancel everything I'm doing with you, buy everything online, and not worry about you having a job tomorrow. You know,
that's everywhere, though, bro. That's not Verizon specifically. That's AT&T. I have AT&T. It's the same way. But I never deal with the AT&T people. And I know why you did that, though, about, like, you wanted to see the phone.
Well, I mean, I feel like a phone, can you send a phone back if, like you get a shirt in the mail, you're like,
I think you have 30 days.
Right, I don't like it, it's going back? No, like, you own it.
I think you have 30 days.
No, you can. Like, now you can, but it's still a pain in the ass. Like, when you can just drive to a store and stick it in your hand.
Yeah, it's a total suck job, but it's doable.
I'm sold. I just
that girl had a job just so you could go and play with her phones.
Yeah, it's essentially what it is. My question, getting back to kind of TV and streaming real quick, you guys may know better than I do, but I've always said that it's almost impossible to lock down on these password sharings and everything else like that. Like, there's no real way for them to ever really know. Now, if you have 2 accounts sign on at 2 different locations, normally one comes up and says, "Oh, you're somebody else is watching," whatever the case may be. But is it really something that they can do?
Well,
it seems almost impossible.
I don't know. Do you guys then, Chad? Do you know how? Because like I know they have been doing it, but I don't know how they do it.
I'm the owner of my Hulu account. I had no other devices. I logged everything out. I have 4 TVs at the office set up in like a square. And during March Madness, I tried to get a bunch of games going on. I was able to get 3 of them. And on the 4th one, it told me too many devices. It's in one location, right? So it's not your internet base. It's not that. It's the MAC addresses of the devices. You're only allowed X number of devices. So I think that's how they tell. If you have more than 3 or however many your allotted MAC addresses are, then once it goes over that, it has to kick one off.
Well, I know.
So I do think they can regulate.
The other way they do it is like simultaneous like streams. Like Andy said, like if 2 people are watching at the same time, like I remember they used to do it with Netflix, and you could actually pay for. I don't know if they still do it, but you could pay for like 3 like simultaneous streams instead of 1 and that crap.
Yeah, Hulu comes with 3.
But I guess the thing is,
service come with X amount of logins.
Yeah, they have to allow some. You know, they're going to have to cap it somewhere, but there's going to be some wiggle room.
Dude, I literally just this week got a check. Like, Cassie's parents use our Netflix account, and they'll just randomly send a check for X amount of dollars. This is 100% random because you pay monthly, and it'll be like, oh, here's the Netflix for the year, or here's Netflix for 6 months. And I'm like, I don't track when they send it. We don't really look at it. It's like $25 a month or whatever. And I'm like, do you enjoy watching that TV so much that you worry about me not paying the bill, that you're going to send me money versus just getting it yourself?
That sounds so much more complicated than just getting it themselves.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand. So
I don't want to pay Fred to go pay, Billy over there to let me use his tractor on Tuesday. I don't know. It's
my wife's sister uses our Amazon account. It's not like even not Amazon Prime. Our Amazon account. It's like
watch
it's
movies.
Free to sign up for an account.
No, to order product, you mean?
No, he said not Prime. So he's watching. They're like watching movie and listening to music.
No. Like this isn't TV related, but I'm like kind of trying to give an example of something that's needlessly complicated. She will put stuff in Christina's card. Her card is in Christina's saved
account.
up.
Yeah, saved
up account, and buy stuff. And I'm like, and then it goes to her address, and I'm like, why doesn't she just use her email address? People are complex, man.
Yeah, they like to complicate things.
Yep.
Gives them something to do, I guess.
It's kind of expensive now, isn't it? Like $220 or $230
like
a year now?
They raised it a year ago or whatever.
You guys are misunderstanding me. I'm not talking about Prime. I'm like,
I know you're talking about products.
Free,
she's paying with her money using Christina's email address and whatnot. And Christina's just getting needless notifications.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, she doesn't look at those notifications. It's okay.
No,
she has 400 missed calls and 900 missed texts right now. I guarantee it.
Why? Have you seen her phone? You know what? You creep. Not only is he throwing,
I'm never giving you guys a gift certificate. I know that.
Yeah, God. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wondered.
Andy, do you know my gift certificate thing?
No. Maybe.
I have like, what's the size of like the thickness of like a credit card or a gift card? Like, not even a millimeter or 1 millimeter.
Yeah.
I have probably like 3.5 feet tall of gift cards, like stacked.
You have a full like bucket, like a small office-sized trash can of gift cards.
Oh, I was.
And then I realized
could you go out to a new restaurant every day for a year and not pay?
No, not a year, but a little bit.
I could go like, all right, say if they were all like food related for one meal each. Yeah, I could eat for 6 months every day.
I said this the other day about a gift card. I forget which one it was or where we were going. I'm like, this is the greatest business venture that anybody's come up with. Here is a card that you can only spend at this place. And if you are like Sir Daniel over here and just stack them up to see if you can get a world record, they already have your money.
Disney did it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And what was the Hogwarts bucks or whatever they did? And Chad, you had said it to me, like, this is highway robbery.
Yeah, the money's already
you bought currency with U.S. dollars or wherever you're from, actual working currency. You gave it to somebody else at a fair exchange rate, and anything you don't use, they now keep.
Yep.
You leave $10. Great.
They don't have to give you a product.
Absolutely.
Right.
You left with your fictitious Monopoly money, and you said, "Yes, Daddy, give me more."
The best that I witnessed was when we went to King Richard's Fair, and they're like, everything in here you need tickets for.
Yep.
And then Chad went and bought like $9,000 worth of tickets.
You buy $100 of tickets to spend.
And then went to buy a drink, and they're like, "Oh no, drinks are only regular."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a hustle and a half.
What didn't you use at King Richard's Fair? Oh, that's fine. We don't take refunds. Yeah, you can't
Remember,
give
we
them back.
gave away.
Yeah.
So we all go to King Richard's Fair. It's a medieval thing, and buy all these tickets so that you can like quote unquote do stuff. But then like
whatever you
all
spend, go ahead.
all the stuff you want to do, they're like, oh no, this is cash only. This
Yeah.
is a special thing, right? And then at the end of the day, we're sitting there and we're ready to leave, and we've got like $150 worth of tickets, so we're like giving them the homeless people so they can get like.
Oh yeah, be like, here, take these 47
Right.
tickets. Go get a turkey drumstick.
Yeah, it was
Here you
strictly
go. I
for
know you're
food.
homeless and can't get into the fair to exchange these, but
Right.
I just got a text
can I
from
have real money
downstairs.
to get into the fair? Absolutely not.
I just got a text from downstairs that says you watch your mouth about King Richard's Fair. So she enjoyed it.
Hey, my
That was a
laptop's
good
gonna
day.
die here.
Okay.
So
Have you
I'm
guys
gonna have to
gone
transfer to
that
my
one
phone.
up here?
That's fine. If
So,
you leave and come back in, we're probably still going to be talking shit about King Richard. It's fine.
Yep.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So, yeah, I'm shocked at all the places that do this. And again, like I said, it's the greatest business venture anybody came up with. Which, hey, how about they spend their money up front and they get a gift card and they give it to somebody. And oh, by the way, they're going to lose it in a drawer, drop it out of their wallet. And if they do, oh well, we already have the money, so it doesn't really matter to us.
Yeah. I mean, even if they get even if 75% of people end up spending it, you're still like making it 25%
to do nothing.
Free money.
Yeah.
Here, let me give you some cash.
So, I mean, whoever sat in a boardroom and did that is a genius, beyond genius as far as business. So we'll kind of segment. We'll get Chad back whenever he gets on his phone or whatever. We'll kind of segment into this little sports section because I do generally sports on the show. One of the things I wanted to bring up is if athletes are too soft now, and the only reason why I bring this up is because I've watched a little bit of baseball this year. I've tried to and just seeing like there's no expectation that a player is going to pitch more than 5 or 6 innings. And for the amount of money that they make far more money than they ever did prior to. And those players were, you're going 9 innings every night. Same thing with load management and everything else like that in all these different sports. Like, have we gotten to a point where it's just you're investing in a person and now you just want to make sure that they're not hurt? Is that essentially just what it is?
Yep. I wouldn't go so far as to say that the players are too soft, even though it's like easy to say that because that's the outcome of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's they treat like them like finely tuned machines that have to be at 100% efficiency at all time. Like meaning like, ownership, the front offices of these places and stuff, the analytics departments and everything. They want to be able to control the performance of the player. So that's, me personally, that's where I think it comes from. Like, I think a player is going to play no matter what in general. Yeah, granted, like load management, like NBA, I'm sure sometimes players take advantage of it and like, yeah, I'm just not playing today or whatever. But in general, I think that it's not the players that are making the decision.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Here's what I don't know. So they're like saving players, right?
Yeah.
And not hurting them, not pushing them like they used to. How is there not more longevity? I mean, I guess maybe there is. I mean, LeBron's like 72, playing his 407th season, but like.
True, but he's an anomaly, right?
Right.
No other player in the NBA has played 20 years at his level, like, in the recent time anyway. So he's kind of an anomaly there.
Yeah.
I think it's, I said years ago, I said LeBron, with the amount of minutes that he has and the amount of time that he spent, he was going to run into like a catastrophic injury, and it just never happened. I mean, he's had a few,
no,
which is, again, like you said,
physical, like so what is it? The Vitruvian man? Like,
yeah,
like the perfect like human being or whatever, as far as like his physical traits.
Now I know that
I'm just jumping in here. Are you guys talking about load management?
load management and are athletes too soft? Why are we getting athletes doing less work for more money comparative to yada yada
It's
yada?
to Dan's point. Yeah, it's not the player's fault, but you work for a company, quote unquote. That's their motto. That's what you got to do. For the fans, it's disappointing. Dan, I gotta say thank you again. You gave me an opportunity to
Finally.
to see LeBron play in
tell
person.
that
And,
story. Yeah,
I've seen LeBron now. I believe I've gone to see LeBron 3, I believe, or maybe 4 times. And every time I went, LeBron rode the bench. It was that time of the year. They were wrestling him for the playoffs, and it's like, why I'm here.
Right. I mean, that was always the thing that the visiting fans, you only get one opportunity to see him.
Was the energy like still hype, like way, way, way back? Like when you went to see him, or it was just kind of like every NBA game you go to now, like you're seeing stars, but like
the NBA is great.
I think I went to a Miami game. I think I went to a Cavs game, and when I went to the Cavs game, the line was down the street.
Yeah.
And these ladies, she was like, "Oh, we drove up from Akron to go see him. Like we're from there. This is the only game we could go to. We're so happy." And it's like, "Oh, cool, man. That was the bench."
Jack, and like I had season tickets to the Celtics, and like the first few years I went to like most of the games, and it didn't matter if the Lakers and the Celtics were at the same level or not. And this is now at the end of LeBron's career. It was like different when he was there. And I remember the first time that I saw him play, and he was probably 36, 35. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. Like live, it was, he's so much like it physically is so much better than these other players. Like it was noticeable even that late in his career.
Mm-hmm.
So the hype was still there. Like even the game that we went to, Chad, like that was banged out. How much were the tickets on like resale? Well, like I sent you a screenshot. It was like $500 a seat.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought for sure you were taking the cash and going.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. Actually, I would do that to you.
Yeah, it jumps into all of these different questions of, I understand an owner protecting an investment. I understand a coaching staff not wanting to hurt somebody beyond being able to play further and everything else like that. But I think it's swung so far in one direction. Like you guys have mentioned, tickets for $500 to see LeBron come in, and he's not going to play because of load management or whatever the case may be. Yeah. I know they want to stop with tanking and everything else, and there's this, there's a whole other side to this, but I think it's swung so far in the fact that the owners go, we pay all this money. Yes, the fans are eventually paying the salaries and everything else as part of the business, but because it's the money going out, we want to make sure that they're healthy, they're this, they're that. But we're at a point where it's, hey, the expectation of seeing somebody, like I brought up earlier, a pitcher pitching 9-inning game is almost as rare as a no-hitter now.
Right. I think there was maybe it was last year, and it wasn't the Red Sox. I don't think it was another team, and the guy had like, I can't remember if it was a no-hitter going into like the 7th, but he had never pitched more than like, say like 100 pitches or whatever, and they pulled him. Like, just took the chance away of like even like throwing a no-hitter. So
right.
It's crazy. And the other part about it, the part that like bothers me is it hasn't reduced injuries. Like,
right.
It really hasn't. So unless they're looking at it and going, it's not about injury, it's about predicting
I think it's about
that
the longevity of their career and protecting Go ahead.
Have players been playing longer? Like outside of the
That's
freaks,
LeBron James and Tom Brady.
Okay, you name 2. Name like one that isn't the greatest. No, name one that isn't the greatest of all time in their sport. And like Joe Schmo isn't playing.
That's why they 25
years.
They follow the plans. You know what I mean? Like that's I don't know.
Listen, Andrew Ferentz
Now
didn't play
you're
any
just-
longer,
now you're
okay?
just being a dick.
All this, the sports and stuff like that, and I know I've had conversations with all of you about this next topic, but I heard it again on another podcast, and I wanted to bring it up because I think it's some of the best debating that people have, is what constitutes a superstar in life, really. What is a superstar? Like, when
you heard this on another podcast.
This came up.
This debate for years.
We've been having this debate for years, but it came up in another podcast, and it was eerily similar to your kind of stance. And I realize I'm kind of in that same camp, but what makes a superstar? And again, we can use the NBA, we can use whatever. I think that there's maybe 4
Good.
superstars in the league. And we throw the term around so much that I want to kind of see what everybody thinks. Like, for me, or I'll have Chad. You can tell your position because again, I'm kind of that, but you explain it the best, really.
A superstar to me is somebody that's larger than the sport. You're kind of a larger than life type of personality. I'm just going to be cliche. You're Michael Jordans. You're LeBrons. Not your Smush Parkers.
What?
Sorry, I had to just
Smush
take
Parker.
Smush real quick. I'm sorry. No, you're. I'm trying to think of someone who. All right, Andy. Give me a basketball player.
So
Anybody.
let's take a look at.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take a look at Jason Tatum. He's a Boston Celtic. He's the best player on the team. So everybody says, is he a superstar? Like,
non-basketball fans.
I'll give it to him.
See, I would say he's
non-basketball fans don't know who Jason Tatum is.
He's got a recognizable shoe
He
line.
is the Boston person now.
Is he on the cover of 2K when he won last year?
Yeah, that's a basketball game.
It's.
I feel like you have to transcend the sport. I agree with what you said, Chad. And we've had this discussion, obviously. I think
you don't think Jason Tatum does transcend the sport?
Nope. I think maybe right now, but in like 10 years, nobody's going to remember who Jason Tatum was, like outside of NBA and basketball.
I think he's on the road to being a superstar. But like, Jack, I know you.
That's possible.
You say that you don't have.
I mean, maybe it's just because he's hot right now. I guess. I don't know.
You say that
That's kind of what
sports
I mean.
and stuff like that are not necessarily as strong as maybe Dan or I or whatever. But like, if Jason Tatum walked in the room, would you know who he was?
Him, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say 3/4 of the roster, no.
Okay.
His a good way of doing it, though, Andy.
If Pritchard walked
right?
in here, I would have no idea who he was.
But we're also naming like players from the local team. Let's name like an NBA player that like
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I know who he was.
You would know who he was.
Is he a super?
I
would.
I
mean, I would
but
know.
I'm
who
a
he-
basketball fan. Like,
I don't know, dude. Him dressed down, I don't know. Looks a lot like you, Dan.
he does not.
Well,
He
like,
has a very distinct face.
I think there's 4 kind of like older players that are superstars in the league. Kevin Durant, LeBron, Steph Curry, and Giannis. Those are the 4 that have been around for a while, and you would know all those people. Non-basketball fans would be able to kind of know who they are. Giannis is probably on the cusp just because he doesn't have as many commercials or doesn't have anything else like that. But like, as the newer people, like if Anthony Edwards walked in, like I would probably know who he is.
The one I was gonna say, yeah.
But I think they're on the path to superstardom. I just don't think they're there yet. And we throw around all these different things. You hear it on almost every telecast, like, oh, this superstar, this person, superstar, that person, oh, he's this. That is like for the upper echelon, like Michael Jordan, LeBron. Those are the people that outside of the sport. If they never played basketball again, the people would still know who they are based upon walking by a store window or seeing their advertisements.
Do you feel it's just like, could you? All right, say like I'm just gonna make this up, and I don't believe it, but like say, Giannis is the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's not the best player in the league anymore. Do you think is it just about talent? Like, can you be a superstar and not be the best player in the league at the time that you're playing?
Well, Bronny has a market because he's LeBron.
So can you, like, through commercials and just like being famous, and you're really good, but like there's 5 people better than you in the sport, are you still a superstar? Maybe you're more recognizable than like the people that are better than you because they just don't have like good like personality or marketing or whatever.
I can think of somebody
to be able to do that, because I think you'd only be one. There'd only be one superstar because everyone's always got someone better than them. You can't say there's only one superstar in the league unless you're the top
that's
player.
What I'm saying. Yeah. Right. But you're okay. So you agree that like it's not just about you're the best player right now.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I actually thought Charles Barkley when I was talking about this.
You know what I mean? A Hall of Famer and a superstar and a good player and top tier talent. Those are all different categories. I
thought of.
Do you think Charles Barkley is a superstar?
I thought of one outside of basketball. You remember Anna Kournikova, the tennis player?
Yeah.
She was not a very good tennis player. I mean, she never won any majors. She never won any majors. She never won anything big. She was known for her looks more often than not. And she went on.
You think she would have been a household name if she was ugly?
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Is her side of it wasn't necessarily she dominated a sport, but she dominated marketing and everything else like that. The whole opposite side of it, and became a household name
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree that you would put her in the category.
So. Yeah, I think it happens on that side, but I think the talent-wise or everything that you need to do as far as being a sports superstar, you have to be at the top echelon of the game. And I think it's very different from all different sports.
Yeah.
Now, that's more individualized. Hockey is very hard to have a superstar that is, not in the top echelon of the game. And even then, I don't think there's been superstars really since Crosby and Ovechkin.
You gotta say it. I wanted to piss Dan right off.
He doesn't know.
Oh,
what did you hate Sidney Crosby? I know you hate Sidney Crosby. Yeah, I know you hate it, but you can't argue with the fact that he's been where he is.
No, he is. He like the 2 faces of the league was Crosby and Ovechkin.
Yeah.
It was like Crosby and Ovechkin is like Manning Brady, right? Like at the time.
Yeah. I mean, they're the same debate as far as football. Like, there's only a handful of people that can be a superstar in football because most of the time you don't know what half of them look like to begin with. But
sure.
That's kind of all this, all the superstar debate. That, and again, I heard that on a podcast, and we have been talking about it for years. But I think. Has anything changed in that? I think, Dan, you kind of brought it up with, can you be good at one half of it and not be a great player type thing? But has anything changed over the years that maybe we had talked about it outside of, hey, you have to kind of transcend the sport?
I kind of I often like confuse the two, and I don't think that they're exactly the same thing, but I'm a big like Hall of Fame in a sport should be specifically, it's not, I don't feel like a Hall of Fame in a sport is just based on stats and talent. Yeah. Like, if you were such a recognizable player, had this boisterous personality, did like media after, you should be eligible for like the Hall of Fame because you're famous. It's not the Hall of Stats. So I like that and Superstar are kind of linked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's where my kind of thoughts have changed over the years.
Did any of you buy products because they were marketed by a specific either sports figure?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Stuff like that. What are some of the things that you maybe bought?
Orlando Magic starter jacket, Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh God.
Thank you.
You had
sir.
there were like 3 jackets back in the day, like Dallas,
Yeah.
Shaq one.
I
You
had
remember
Phoenix
what?
Suns.
I had a Phoenix Suns
Suns?
one too, I think.
with the mine's like a not a Penguins one, the Ducks one.
Oh,
Ducks
yeah.
starter jacket, and
Yeah.
that was like I think it was purple and green or something. It was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But that wasn't bought for any reason other than the movie. But no, shout out to Shaquille O'Neal for under that starter jacket.
What about
I have
anything
both
more
ta-
recently?
I have both Tatum and Brown's shoes.
Shoes.
I got
Okay,
Brown.
yeah.
Brown started his own brand, and I bought the first product that came from his because he's my favorite player.
Did you buy LaMelo Ball shoes?
No, I've never bought shoes linked to any other players except for them two.
Have I bought any product recently due to a professional athlete?
It doesn't necessarily have to be an athlete. It can be an actor. It can be a singer. It can be anything that they marketed. Like I can remember I bought. Let's see. This is not more recently, but like I bought Starberries when they came out because they were $25 or whatever they were, and those were my basketball shoes for a while. So like that's the reason. And I like
You
Stephon
just
Marbury.
inflated that so bad.
They
They were $5.
at some point, yeah, but when they
That
first came
was-
out, I'm talking about when they first came out, and my favorite player was Stephon Marbury at one point.
I bought Folgers coffee one time because I saw Shaquille O'Neal drinking it.
Jack, do you have anything that you purchased because a celebrity?
I'm thinking about weirdly thinking about buying a pair of shoes, and I want them, but not because of who makes them. But I mean, I guess it helps because it's in my head. I want On Clouds, and it's like a Swiss company, but I forget, Cristiano Ronaldo or someone like that,
Yeah.
made them a billionaire company. And I remember that story, but I want them just because
But
they're
you just like the shoes.
super supportive.
So now,
So does that maybe it helps in the decision, but I think I don't know if I want products because LeBron makes them, Jordan makes them. That might have pushed me to look at them, but I've never bought Jordans and been I'm gonna be like Michael Jordan wearing them. I bought Jordans
no, I didn't
like
think I
this
would
style.
be them.
They make comfortable shoes. My favorite shoe is a Jordan 1 Low, and no one's ever gonna play basketball on that.
Right. It has nothing to do with Michael Jordan per se. It's just I like the shoe.
Easy, do you own your car because of Matthew McConaughey? Hey.
I do actually. Yeah, that's the whole reason I bought it. I bought it more for a reason because I was jealous that you got a new car. I'll say that right now. At the time that you got your new car.
Hey, how's that car doing right now?
Yours?
Dude,
Not
I was
great.
thinking about that car the other night, thinking about valeting in Boston.
I think you won.
What were you saying, Jack?
No, I was thinking about that car when we all went to dinner in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Valeting it right there.
I was so proud, and you just took a shit on me. And then you had the table next to me take a shit on me.
Is that the one that you had to pull the cable to open a door and stuff? Is that the one you're talking about?
No. That was the
Here's the Mercedes.
We parked it at a night steakhouse. I valeted. I was keep it out front. I was proud of it. We were going to sit outside. We were going to sit right next to it.
Oh, this is a real car. This isn't one of the things that you found on the side of the road more recently.
No. So
Okay.
I parked it out front, and he parked it next to a Ferrari and some other shit, and I was no longer proud.
On Commonwealth Ave.
We
I
had
think it was
Dan
on
O'Keefe with
Boylston
us.
Street. It was on Boylston Street at Avon Louis, and I got up to use the restroom, and when I came back, the table next to me, this older lady was like, "Excuse me, sir." I'm like, "Yeah." "Is that your car? It's beautiful." "Oh, why, thank you." And Jack had totally told her to fuck with me, and
Yeah.
I just immediately was like, "This car is shit. It's not worth anything. I'm gonna get my balls broken about this thing for a long time."
Dude, you could have showed up with a Lambo and we would have done that.
Yeah, but he did the whole got out of the car, tossed the keys to the valet, keep it up front. I'm surprised he's like, keep it running. Like he did the whole 9 of
AC
that.
on. It's 70.
Yeah.
That was nice though, dude. I liked that car a lot.
Yeah, I did too. That's why I went and bought one. I had to get a new car because you got a new car. I remember you pulling it out front on outside my apartment. I was like, God damn it, now I got to get a new car. So Jack is going to have to step away, so we thank him for his time coming on and talking with us. Now, we got a few more subjects. We do this every time where the...
Just going to leave that for 1 second.
What just happened? We do this every time because I'm too cheap to pay for Teams for more than an hour. So we kind of reset ourselves and everything else like that. But the other question I have going off of what we were just kind of talking about was, have you ever avoided a product because it was advertised by somebody?
Yep.
Do you remember what it was?
I know I have. I know. I'm trying to think of it now. So if you have one, Jed, go ahead.
I don't. I not a single one comes to mind.
I see now.
Oh, I know it. I know one. I got one.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, Ciroc sales are going to be way down.
No, I hate.
That was one of mine.
Shut up. I hate Justin Long.
Yeah.
And I refused back in the day to even consider getting like an Apple, like our Mac, because of those commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. And I feel inadequate.
Okay.
PCs get viruses. We can't do as much out of the box.
I don't know why you're so hard on yourself. I don't get it.
Mac, why don't you say something positive about PC?
Okay, easy. PC, you are a wizard with numbers and you dress like a gentleman.
PC?
Well, Mac, I guess you are a little better at creative stuff.
Well, thank you. That's
even though
nice.
it's completely juvenile and a waste of time.
Oh, because
I freaking hate Justin Long. Like, if I
about
met
those.
him in real life, I would challenge him immediately to a fight.
See now,
I hate him. I hate him.
now I got to write that down because now I got to put it in the podcast. The I'm a PC commercials.
Oh no, God!
Now I got to put that in there.
F that guy. I would like. Oh my God! I hate the way he looks. I hate the way he talks. I hate his acting.
I mean,
I
get
hate
it.
everything
I
about
have my
him.
fair share of actors that I hate too.
Like, I hate him as much as you hate Christopher Walken.
A lot of hate.
Yep.
A lot of hate.
What were some of the other? Because I don't get Patron because it's owned by the owner of Paul Mitchell. I think it's way overhyped because he's the owner and he markets it. I don't think it's as good as I don't.
Who is the owner of Patron?
The guy who owns Paul Mitchell, John Paul DeJoria, is that his name?
John Paul Gaultier.
As far as I can see here, right in front of me is John Paul DeJoria.
Oh, okay.
But
So his last name is not Mitchell.
nope.
So you just think he's good at marketing? Do you have a personal
I just don't.
problem with
I
him,
don't
or
think
you
it.
just-
I don't think it's as good of a tequila as others because, but it's marketed to that point to where, hey, this is the best tequila. This is the name brand you got to get. This is the name you got to do. I have worked in food and beverage for so long that I prefer other things, and I think the hype of certain things is way too much.
Is it overpriced?
Yeah, but
Very much so.
But that's the name of the game.
It is.
Right? Budweiser blows its own nut on marketing during the Super Bowl. Budweiser is not the best beer. It's just, it's popular.
Yeah, but it's also not
Grey-
the most
Grey Goose-
expensive beer.
Grey Goose spends so much money on fucking. It's a luxurious vodka. There's way better vodka out there.
Yeah,
You really got to stop. You gotta really stop moving, Chad, or you gotta get on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must be jumping AP to AP.
Yeah.
I'm almost at my destination. I'm sorry. I can mute myself for a second if you guys want to banter.
No, like I just think that the overhypeness of, because George Clooney owns something too. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, isn't it like it's a beverage? It's is it a tequila?
It's
I think it's a tequila.
Casamigos. He's part owner. It was founded
all right.
by George Clooney.
George Clooney?
Yeah.
Yes, I love Casamigos. But I could care less if he owned it.
Yeah, you to me this is, I understand business and marketing, I understand all that stuff. You attach a name to it, but like there are some things I refuse to buy as far as liquor and stuff like that because I think it's too overhyped and it's not good. Or let me rephrase. I shouldn't say it's not good. It's not as good as the preferences for me that I have. So I go with something different, and I know it's only as popular is because they attach names to it. You know, there's, I mean, The Rock has this. I mean, Ryan Reynolds has Aviation Gin. I mean, Post Malone has wine. I know Dan Aykroyd has a vodka. So, like, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different names attached to liquor as far as this stuff is concerned.
I agree with Chad though. Like, it's the names, but then there's like the advertising. Like, is Tito's a great vodka? No, it's just like fine. But like, oh, I need a Tito's.
They like dogs,
like
though.
that's.
You know
No,
what
the
I mean? Like
I know
that
the dog thing.
When
Yeah.
they're a dog.
Well, whenever I
thing, you're
hear
like,
that
"Are you
too,
like
I'm
pets?"
like,
I like pets.
I
I'll
don't,
support you.
I don't effing care that you still have dogs in your distillery. We're dog people, me. Yeah, well, I have a dog too. So can I have a cut of your friggin' profits?
Yeah, that's how it works. You just, you have a dog,
but
so
you'll
you
have to send the Scooter to work.
Fine.
But that's just kind of some of the stuff that I thought about as far as different products and stuff like that. Because it kind of goes into what you thought was important. Like I have on my list here, what's something you thought was important at 22 that you realized was nonsense now? I mean, I was never a name brand person. Chad, I know you're probably exclusively a name brand person. You know what you want. You know what you like. That's fine. I'm not making fun of it. I
am.
Are you a name brand person?
Me?
Yeah.
No, but
you're making fun of Chad.
When he said "I am," he is making fun of me.
Gotcha.
Right. No, I'm actually not. But I was actually thinking about this when we were on the sports thing. I used to like exclusively buy like, oh, this has a Bruins logo on it. Oh, this has a Celtics logo on it, or whatever. Like, and I got to the point where like all of my clothes were like sports logos.
Yeah.
And I had to make a conscious decision to stop doing that. And to be honest with you, now I'm like, I don't need to advertise for the team. What the hell am I doing? So it's kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
It was more important to me at some point, and now I'm like, yeah, they're just making money off me.
Yeah, I mean, my thing was, I needed to have. I consciously wanted to have the cool thing or whatever the case may be. If it was something that was coming out or something that was out that other people had, I had to have it. And again, I don't have a specific example off the top of my head. I had to think about it for a second. But like, that was something at me at 22. Nowadays, where everyone's will say, "Oh, I really like this," I almost find myself like, I don't need that. If everybody has it, I don't need it. It's not like, it's almost the complete opposite of that for now.
I mean, I could sit here and argue why I like the name brands or whatnot. I won't, because that will just make you win.
There's something that you do with gifts and stuff like that I actually really respect. I don't do it from my perspective just because I've never kind of been that person. Like if somebody gives me a different version of what I've asked for, I'm fine. But when you give a list to somebody or whatever, you go, this is what I want. I put it on here because this is specifically what I want. I've done research, I've done whatever. And I respect it because you go, hey, this is what I like. I don't like the off-brand version of it. I don't like this. I think that's a great way of kind of going about it. I just have never been that person.
I sent Whitney to McDonald's for a double cheeseburger, and she came back with a McDouble, and World War fucking III ensued. I promise you. That one slice of cheese, holy
the
shit,
Fat People Chronicles. Welcome to the Fat People Chronicles. No, but I agree with you. It's not the same thing.
Cheese. That's not what I asked for.
No, you guys.
The reason that whatever it is, I mean, it's bigger than the McDouble. This is
you guys
big,
are right.
You know what I mean?
And maybe I don't know if it's a it's a like guy versus girl thing, man versus woman on how we think. But I'll give like this is what I want, and I swear to God, Christina will hear like I want something like this.
Yeah.
It's like no, I've already done all the research. I know exactly what I want. It's this one. I'll send you the link. I'll
Amazon
point it out.
Amazon lists have made it a lot easier, but
Yeah,
like I don't find myself comparing so many different items. I find one and I go, okay, yeah. And like I've even had my dad be like, "Hey, I noticed you put this on your list. Do you want? I put this on your list, but I found something different. Do you mind?" No, I don't. I just
Oh, right. Yeah. Right.
I mean, I don't. Again, Chad, I think it's a decent way of going about it. Of like, hey, here's a list of 5 things. These are the 5 things I want.
But some people get really pissed about that, and they think you're ungrateful, or you should be thankful to get a gift, or yada yada yada, or you should, you know what I mean? And it's like, I know my taste and what I like. I don't know why I like a car. I just do. I don't care how it mechanically runs. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like.
Yeah, but I don't. I think you making that list like that. And see, I'm going to come to your defense here. I don't think it makes you ungrateful in any way.
Mark it on the calendar.
Yeah, mark it on the calendar that I'm going to defend you
No,
here.
I think it. I appreciate that. Like when Christina asks me something, I specifically say, "Do you want a specific one of whatever it is, or do you want me to just choose?" Like I want when Chad says, "Hey, man, can you keep an eye out for a new drill?" I'll be like, "Do you want the Milwaukee
Yes.
hammer drill? That's the 18 volt or the 12 volt?" Like, I want the person to tell me exactly what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's a kind of a great way to go about it, especially when you have specific things. For me, I've never, if somebody got me an offshoot version of what I was looking for, okay, does it do the same job? Awesome.
Right.
Okay, Andy, but is it specific? You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, get me a computer. Okay, here you go.
That would there's still some things, yes, they're different, but I don't put computers.
Well, whatever. It was a poor example, but you know what I mean. There are some things that's like, hey, I have this. To me, I could give a fuck less about that thing. You know what I mean? Or it's not my needs. You know what I mean? Like towels. Then like I'm not a fucking towel expert. I know what I like, and I'm not a fiber guy or whatever. Horticulture. You know what I mean? Hey, I want a plant. What do you want? A green one. That's good.
By the way, did you guys see my interaction with the guy that just walked by?
I saw you pointing. Yeah.
I mime flared my arms up like, "What are you doing in my podcast space?" And didn't know, but I'm looking at my reflection right here, and he was staring at my reflection when I was miming behind him to get the hell out of here, and he just put his head down and like ran.
So he saw your shadow.
Yep. Now I'm big dick.
No, but it'll be something like so I got my dad got me a new like electric razor for my head, because for people who can't see or don't know, 2/3 of us are bald. So I
have all the hair.
Yeah, Dan has all the hair.
Everybody else's hair.
Jack used to have a great head of hair.
He did.
He's still way better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was the one I never thought it would thin.
But I had put something on a list, and he goes, "Hey, I think I found something. I think it's a better thing for what you need." Great. Awesome. I'm okay with that. And truth be told, the one he got me, I can't tell you the brand name until they sponsor us, but it's fantastic. Fantastic. And
nice.
So like sometimes you get that kind of better medium out of it where you get something better than what you thought. And again, I'm not the person that's like, it has to be exactly what I put on the list. It has to be whatever. And again, sometimes to a detriment, maybe even to myself, I put something on there and I'm like, someone will spend less money if I put this on there or whatever. But that's just, again, that's me.
Yeah, I've occasionally said, look for this, and if you can't find this exact one, like don't get anything at all. But like like you said, Andy, a few times. I remember, I can't remember what it was, but Christina went to get me something, and she got it, and she was like, "Listen, I got this one because like I talked to the guy, and he says most people get the other one, but his I got like this one, and it was better. Like it was good. It was better."
Is there anything for you guys what's your biggest irrational fear about getting older?
I don't even think it's irrational. It's mobility.
I mean, I don't think that's irrational. Yeah.
But that's
Are
my
you?
only concern about. That's my only concern about getting older.
Irrational.
It would be irrational. It would be irrational if you said mobility because birds will get faster and I'll get slower. That's something like that.
Got you. Oh man.
My irrational thing.
Irrational.
It's not irrational, I don't think, but it may be to you guys. Is mine will always be time. Time. I hate it. I hate thinking about it. I hate thinking that it's always moving. I hate that it will never slow down. I can't go back to change things or do things differently. I can't use new knowledge. It drives me nuts. That I think about that.
That's not irrational.
Not irrational either.
Yeah, you're just saying something that you have no. Yeah, something you're afraid of, but like you have literally zero control over it. So why are you worrying about it?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what you mean, right?
Yeah, it's not necessarily. I worry about it all the time, just simply because I don't know. I hate
Andy, and I don't know if this is part of it. Like, I think that we have the same one. Like, I feel like I have so much more to do, and this kind of fits with Chad's with like mobility and like that stuff. I have so much more that I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say I'm afraid of death, but like I just don't want. Like I feel like I could go 100 more years, and like I'm still gonna have undone stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a huge part of it too, and I always looked at that a phrase. That's not really a phrase, but always looked at that thing where it's like, when you're young, you have no money, but you have all the time. When you're middle aged, you have all the money, no time, and when you're old, you have all the you have all the time, all the money, but you can't, but no energy.
The third caveat to it is each one has an energy thing, and
you
never actually have what you want.
Right. So
you never have all three.
Right. So that's just life.
I've thought about, and I don't know if you like me. I'm always forward thinking, like too much, where I'm like thinking about, all right, what's next? That I used to have trouble, like just being like, just worry, like you're like sitting. I'm doing a podcast right now. Like worry about like what you're doing right now, and not like what you have to do tomorrow or like next week. That's my thing, but it has to do with time. That's the driving thing, and like getting stuck and like it taking me an extra minute. 60 seconds really doesn't matter. Like if I'm going to be at work 60 seconds earlier, but it's the wasting of time that kills me.
Mm-hmm. I think that's probably why we're the way they are in traffic. Just come on, I could be here, like, oh, it's taking me 2 hours to get home for a 45-minute drive. All right, I could have been doing this. I could have been doing it. And you're right. There are times where I'm sitting in the car. I'm like, there's just nothing I can do about it. No matter what I do, anything else. But it's very seldom that I get to that point. And I'm sure that it's not fun for people when I come home. And I know she can hear me. And I'm just irritated already. At the fact that I could have been doing something. I could have had something done. I could have whatever.
Yeah, that's actually good. What do you guys do? Like, so, like, we're all like commuting. Like, it's not COVID time anymore. We're all commuting, going to our jobs and stuff. Like, so when I come home from work, it takes me like 45 minutes to an hour. Like, usually it's like 50 minutes or so to get home from work, and just the drain of like the drive home, like through everything. I come home. I go to my office and I like cool because of what you just said, Andy. I cool down for like 20 minutes before like I really like interact. Christina's normally home at that point. Interact because I'm like, oh God, I'm drained and like frustrated about like this commute. let me just like take 20 minutes to like mentally not think about anything before I move on. I know you did. You started to do meditation and everything last year, Andy. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I probably
But
should
that
do
drive
that.
home isn't enough of an unwind for you. It's not
No,
enough of a decompress.
No,
because of the traffic.
I'm less stressed out when I leave work than I am when I get home.
You're less stressed when you leave work. So in that,
the commute, like I hate it.
You
I
get that
hate
pissed
the
off.
commute. I'm not pissed off. I'm just drained. Like the ride home, having to pay attention to like people trying to like hit me in the car and everything. I get drained, and so I have to like take time. Like I don't come home and go, I'm like in a bad mood, like Christina, blah blah blah. Like, I just like I'll take the time before I interact with Christina because nothing of what just happened is her fault.
Right.
Yeah, I should probably go back.
And that's
to
what I mean. What
then.
do you do? Are you just able to like go home, Chad, and you're like, yeah, nothing, it doesn't bother me, or like I'm fine, and just immediately put on your home face?
No, I wish I was that easy. I can't flip that switch. I can't flip that switch that fast.
Yeah,
I usually got to blow off a little steam.
Yep.
And she does too, and try and it's not each other's fault. You got to remember that, you know what I mean? So It's like you're just there to help each other. And we try and spend, I don't know, I probably spend more time than I'd like, but I bet we both spend collectively an hour a day blowing off steam and saying, what the difficulties of the day were. But then you try to be good, once you get dinner going and whatnot.
Oh, but that's cool. Do you just like complain about what happened in the day?
Yeah,
you're not
how
like
was your
yelling
day?
at each
You
other.
know what I mean? No.
Oh,
But it's
yeah,
like, how
okay,
was your
yeah,
day?
yeah.
But I
Yeah.
really want to know how your day was. Not good.
Right.
Yeah,
I always say good.
I probably
So
should
I'm
do that.
not the person you want to say.
If you don't want, if you really like, if don't ask for the sake of it, I ask because I care. Hey, maybe I can help.
No, I know. Yeah,
Maybe,
like I'll ask.
Yeah, run it. Maybe it's just nice to listen and let someone unwind, and you don't have to compartmentalize it, and you can say it and kind of move on with it. Similar to like writing a letter or something. You at least get your
Christina
emotions out.
needs it more than me. Like I'll say like, "How was the day?" and she'll like kind of give me a blow by blow on like everything that happened at work, and I just don't like. I shut it off. I'm like, I just want to like shut it off. I don't care what happened at my work today. So I don't know. Yeah, I should actually think about that. I don't know if she needs to hear how my day actually was, but I just don't want to put it on her. Just my personality, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we're all just pieces of shit, so it's fine.
Exactly. Yep.
When do you guys feel most like yourself nowadays?
I feel super comfortable, like all the time now. The
Do you?
older I've gotten, the more I'm like, I don't, and you guys know me better than anybody. I don't have like a different, subtly maybe, I don't have a different personality when I'm around different people or when I do different things. Like, I know you guys are good people. You like me. That means I'm probably moderately like a good person, and I'm comfortable with that. So I know enough people in my life that I'm like, oh, okay, just be who you are. And believe me, it wasn't always that way. I'm 47 now, but probably the first 35 years of my life, I like had different personalities going on all the time, and it was because I wasn't comfortable with myself. I'm as happy as I have ever
But if you
been,
don't like
right now.
If you don't like the person you are when you look in the mirror, that's the only thing. You know what I mean? Like if you made all good decisions today and you don't think you pissed anybody off and you tried your hardest and you didn't screw anybody over in the day, and it's like you got to live with yourself. So until you're comfortable with all of that, then you're not really your true self. You're just, hey, I'm fucking straight. I'm impressing my boss. I'm doing what my mom wanted. I'm doing what my brother wanted. I'm doing I'm just putting on a show for everybody. And it's like, well, when the people don't want anything from you is when, when it's equality is when you get to be able to be you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a cop out, Andy, kind of like that I'm saying like all the time, but like it truly is like I'm happy all the time. And I think I know probably what more you're asking, like, oh, I love being on vacation. That's like when I feel the most comfortable. But I kind of feel the same like everywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can find fun and like comfort in any situation. And it's taken my entire life to get to this.
Well, for me to be my most quote unquote, true self, if I'm not financially in a decent situation where I can walk around with a little money in my pocket and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If money's tight, my whole mood changes, and that's, a me problem. You got to find a way to balance that. But when all your bills are paid and you got a little cash and, no one's calling your phone and, it's just peaceful and like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Being broke is like not good for your attitude.
Mm-hmm. I find myself a lot of times when I'm out of my home, even if I'm in front of people, the exceptions are there's a handful of people, my mother, you guys, Chelsea. If I'm around a lot of people that maybe I don't see that often, I tend to I clam up. I don't say as much stuff. I don't interact with a whole bunch of stuff. I want to be on my phone. So it's those points where I'm like, I don't feel like myself. But at the same point in time, like I also kind of do. Like even like if,
or like not family, you mean?
No, so like some family, I just feel like, oh, I don't see them that often. They don't know really what's going on. So I tend to just clam up and like, it's just, I could tell them I don't think they really care all that much. Maybe. I don't know. It's just kind of how I think about it. And then even walking the dog, I don't want to talk to anybody. I have no interest in talking to people.
Oh, for sure. I'm no new friends. You know what I mean? Like I just want to get in, get my shit, get the fuck out the door.
Yeah. I used to be uncomfortable, Andy, in the same thing. Like that's why, like Chad, I know Chad is a big fan of, like we've talked about it a bunch, of like malls, like a crowded mall. He's like, wow, the energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That used to like drain me. And like you said, Andy, I would just like want to absorb into the wall, like from it.
Yeah, but what about a
I don't,
Dan? How would you be?
and I don't know if but I don't know if I grew out of it. It's only been like the last like 10 years probably that I've been like super comfortable. Even doing this like podcast, I never would have done like something like this 10 years ago. I would have been like, oh no, I'm gonna feel awkward or whatever.
I mean, that's
like, so I don't know if it's an age thing or if I'm just at like a happy place, like you said.
Yeah, I've had people at work. So like I tour with people, and I'm a natural introvert, I would say, when I'm around people I don't know or anything. Like I tell people all the time, if I like somebody asked me, they're like, you're really good at your job. How did you feel that this was good? And I said, I'm naturally an introvert. I know why you're here, and that makes it easier for me because I know what you're looking for. If I were to go to a bar from this moment right here, I would sit by myself and talk to nobody. 0 people. So like that's the difference for me is if we're at a mutual point where we're talking about something because you're here to find a venue for your wedding and I'm here to sell you a wedding, okay, I have all of that to work with. Past that, it's like if I book you and I hand you over to the events team, I don't want to talk to you again. I'm good. Like I'm good. I've gotten what I need out of this. And that's a shitty way to think about it, but it's also kind of how my head works.
Shitty sales rep.
Oh, 1,000%. I know I'm a shitty sales rep. I'm just good at it still. It's just I'm a shitty person.
So that I was gonna say, have you guys ever like, and this is more of a job thing, been where like very good at a job that you hated doing it? You felt so uncomfortable doing it, but you were good at it, and everybody's like, "Why do you not want to do this? You're so good at it." And you're like, "Because I go home every day." Like, oh, good God.
Even in if you would have asked me years ago, hey, you're gonna help people find their wedding venue and you're gonna talk to people about their weddings, I would be like, you're full of shit. There's no way I'd be doing that. Yeah. I can connect with people. I know that I think my style works really well with people now. Making fans already?
No, Chad found me.
Oh, okay.
Found him. I had to go through 3 security guards, and the barbershop convention yelled at me because I didn't have a pass to get over here. I'm like, I'm not going in. I go, where is this guy? He goes, where's that? That's all the way over there. I'm like, well, I got to go there. He goes, well, don't go inside. So here I am, 100 feet from Dan, staring at him.
I don't remember if you guys probably told me, I'm just an idiot and forgot, but what were you there to see?
We saw Brothers Osborne last night, Whitney and I, and Dan kind of impromptu joined us last night.
Remember I was weed whacking his yacht.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Just hopped in the car.
Yep, pretty much.
He took his own.
Am I in a restricted area for real?
The barber convention is in there. Look through those doors.
No, I know, but I walked around the outside of it.
Yeah, me too. And some guy in a suit was like, "You can't come in here, sir."
Oh, all right. Well,
I mean, at least he said sir. All right, that's kind of the end of the agenda that I put together. One thing for either this week or next week, I had kind of mentioned having a contest where we have to roast a person. Like we spin an automatic wheel.
Yeah, I skimmed. Can you give me a Cliff Notes version?
So I kind of want to do a segment within this kind of style of show where we either spin a wheel or whatever the case may be. It can be one of those automatic ones. I share the screen, whatever. And if it lands on your name, the next week or the next time we do the show, there's a roasting of you over something. And again, we can kind of go through it and make sure we're not going to, A, ruin a friendship, or B, release something that probably shouldn't be out there. Not that there's anything super skeleton in any of our closets.
I a digital wheel. I want you to spin a real wheel, and I want it to tick. No digital.
You don't want a digital wheel?
Yeah, and I don't want some cardboard crap wheel that doesn't spin.
Yeah, Dan's got a 3D printer. He'll print you up something. And then you could just, he'll build you the plastic wheel and you just build it.
I mean,
I'm not 3D printing a wheel.
I thought of a different caveat.
I'm not doing it.
I thought of a different caveat off of that instead of a roast style type thing. Is the person who loses or the person whatever at the end of the show. So whoever's on the show gets on the wheel, has to be on the wheel for that week, has to do something and have it recorded that it's then shared, whether audio or whatever, for the next time we do this. And then the other people critique it or whatever the case may be. I don't know how that sounds. I don't know. But I figured maybe it would be something that would add a segment to this show. Are we okay?
Yeah, I'd be down. Something we're going to have to play with.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to play with that and do a lot of different stuff. But
yeah, we might have to do a dry run,
Yeah. All right, well, as we've kind of come to the end of the show, I thank you, gentlemen, for your time. As always, I promise contracts will be in the mail. And now I'm just seeing screens of each other standing 10 feet from each other.
You can send them to P.O. Box Mohegan Sun.
We got some marketing. Both of you heard, but we're going to be marketing with the Massachusetts Pirates. So we do the weekly conversations with them or weekly interviews with them. So that's pretty cool. And then again, trying to make some money. I had somebody ordered some of my merch. It was my dad. But it's a start. It's a start.
There you go, buddy. Slow and steady.
Did he review it?
No, but I get to send him a video thank you if I want.
Are you going to?
Yeah, of course. I got to be nice. I got to do it for all.
Does that mean everyone? Wait. So you're going to record a video thank you for everyone who buys something?
Yeah.
Is that what we're hearing here?
I'll try. Yeah.
Dan, get your credit card.
It's
Is this like a cameo situation where we can make
100 individual
There is something on there that if you purchase, I think it's $20, I will do a shout out or read a message or whatever, as long as it's appropriate. But yeah, I have that on there. It's a pretty cool site, to be honest with you. I'll send it to both of you if you guys want to. You'll get a personalized thank you. That's fine.
Send it. Send it.
Okay.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna start making merch. Start making new videos.
Hey, Chad. It feels weird because you're walking around and have these dorky headphones on.
Yeah. Do you feel like a nerd because you're next to Dan?
I'm preoccupied right now. Hold on.
He's not answering.
All right, gentlemen. You guys go have fun.
Oh, thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
I'll talk to you in a bit. All right. Peace.
Bye.
As always, I want to thank everybody for their time, Chad, Dan, Jack, to come on and kind of just shoot the shit and, just do what we do best and pretty much make fun of each other for anything that we say. So, again, these are these coffee conversations episodes, just kind of natural conversation between all of us. So releasing this episode, you'll notice that over the last couple of ones, there was no interview with the Massachusetts Pirates this week. They're on their bye week, so every player and coach is at home. We want to respect their time. We're going to get right back into it next week. And then we're still looking forward to the NBA playoffs. There's been 2 games in each series. The Oklahoma City Thunder are beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 2-0, and the Pacers are up 2-0, having played both games on the road in New York against the Knicks. There might be some changes before the next time that you actually hear this, but as of right this second, it's 2-0 to the Thunder and the Pacers. And again, with that being said, we're going to sign off again now, and we'll see you on the next show. So again, if it's a morning, afternoon, or night, have a good one, and we'll see you then.